Hello everyone. In this question we're asked to find a line that is parallel to the following line and then a line that is perpendicular to that same line. Okay, so when we think about parallel and perpendicular, we're really talking about the gradient. So we want the gradient of this line to be parallel to this line here. So what I'm doing now is exposing my gradient by dividing by 3, getting this into my general form for a straight line. So this will be 2x minus 3. So you can see that my gradient is 2. So a gradient that is parallel to 2 will just be any line with a gradient that is 2. So I'm just going to pick a line, any line, y equals 2x, and I'll set a y-intercept of plus 1. So if I get my ruler and I plot my first line, so 2x minus 3, that will look a little bit like that. And if I plot my other line, 2x plus 1, that will look a little bit like that. So you can see that my two lines here, y equals 2x plus 1 and y equals 2x, that's plus 1, that's negative 3. You can see these two lines are parallel. Okay, cool. For the next one, we know that this is 2x minus 3 and the gradient is equal to 2. Now there's a rule that says for two gradients to be perpendicular, gradient 1 multiplied by gradient 2 have to be equal to negative 1. Now for these gradients to be perpendicular, I can rearrange that to be m1 equals 1 over m2, or negative 1 over m2. So one of the gradients has to be the inverse of the other with a negative, the negative inverse of the other. So the negative inverse of 2 will be negative 1 over 2, right? You get that 2 and you just put it down there. So that's the gradient for my second line. So then again, I can set any y-intercept that I want. So I'm going to set negative 1 onto x plus 1, just to be consistent. So if I plot those two lines, the first one, we know what it looks like. It looks something like that. Now for the second one, you have a gradient of negative 1/2, which looks a little bit like this, with a y-intercept of positive 1. So you can see that there is a 90-degree angle between those two lines. So the original line that I had, y equals 2x minus 3, and the new line, which is y equals negative 1 over 2x plus 1. Cheers, guys.